Lucas here. I know I probably sound bad. It's been a rough week. I've started school and it's going to be rough for me to get videos out. But I'm out today, so I'm going to go ahead and try to get one out. I think I'm going to do the Rust Bucket next and then 2 Shamans. But anyway, this is going to be the Ninja and Assassin class guide. Now I'm going to be going over enhancements, passive, skills, the whole biz, and just go for it. I'm going to give you a couple different tips with it, and well, we're going to go ahead and get started. In order to get Ninja and Assassin class, you're going to have to come here to Green Guard West. Want to come all the way over here. Nope, don't want to go up there. Alright, talk here to Mizumi. Open her shop, and she will have Ninja class right in here for 15,000 gold, non-member. The shop also has a Kama, Lovely Fan, Scythe Steel, and Blood Ninja armor, which is just a red version of normal Ninja, with a little sword in the back. So that's basically it. Also, you can get the upgrade armor, which has the Assassin class, Calf Shinobi, Katana of Gold, Katana. I'm going to be using Assassin class because that's just the one I have. Don't worry, there's no difference, except for the name and the armor. Now, to access the upgrade shop, you're going to have to do these 3 quests here, but they're not that hard, and you can do them all right here. Once you have your Ninja or Assassin class, you're going to want to enhance it. Now, for Ninja or Assassin class, I'm going to be recommending a full luck enhance, or if you don't like full anything, then you can use 1 or 2 thief could throw in there nicely, and it would allow you to, and that will kind of decrease the amount of time that your Shadow Blade and your Shadow Burn take, so you can chain your stuns and spams and all that nice and evenly and smoothly. Now, the reason I'm going to be recommending full luck, and which I'm going to be using in this guide, by the way, you get it here from Cicero, is because the passive that Ninja uses is going to make 1/3 of all strikes be critical strikes, and you're going to want those to be nice and high. So that's basically the reason I'm using it. We'll go more of that when we get into the passives and stuff like that. Now, if you do want to use the thief counterpart, you would get luck here like I just showed you, and you can get thief from the final room in Yoga. You're just going to come in and walk straight to the right 2 times, and then you'll find the thief shop, or also you can access it from your game menu. Again, guys, I just want to apologize for how I sound. I've got like a little bit of a sore throat, but if you have access to the all enhancements, which I'm sure most of you do, I'm going to be recommending Health Vampire, but most of the time, if you're in 1 versus 1, you're not going to need Health Vampire, usually. Now, if you're in a 1 versus 1 kind of mood, I would recommend Spiral Carver or Blast. But if you're in like a Blood Rot Brawl or player versus environmental situation, Health Vamp is what I would go for, because Ninja does not have a heal of its own. But in 1 versus 1, it can usually keep people from touching it at all, so that's great, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, now that we're here, we can go ahead and get into the passives with Ninja or Assassin class. Now, your first passive is called Elusive. Dodge chances increase by 15%, and that's great, because that's going to boost your already evasion at 20% up to 35%, which is awesome. Now, your second is called Incisive, and critical strike is increased by 15% as well. So that is going to boost your critical strike up to the same 35% ratio as your dodge. So you're going to be dodging a lot, and you're going to be critting a lot, and you want something that can take advantage of both of those, which is why the thief one works well, but the luck also works well. So that's why I combined those 2. Now, the first skill with Ninja class is called Crosscut. 15 mana, 2-second cooldown, so it's nice and easily spammable. Physical skill, instantly attack twice, dealing extra damage. So that's pretty much all it is. Now, I'll show you the damage of your auto attack is just like right around 152, 141, 150. So right around 140 is your average. Crits nice, and now we'll use Crosscut, and I got a 956 critical strike. I'd like to show you a non-crit. So it's roughly double your auto attack damage. Oh, I missed. As you see, it cools down nice and fast, so you can just use it as much as you want. Okay, so 297 non-critical strike with Crosscut, so it's basically double your damage. Now, your second skill with Ninja class is called Shadow Blade, and this is your bread and butter if you're in 1 versus 1 player versus player combat. 25 mana, 12-second cooldown, physical and magical skill. Deals physical and magical damage and blinds an enemy for 6 seconds, so it makes it completely impossible for the enemy to attack you or hit you at all. So I'll use that now. Oh, I missed. Hate when I miss, because I'm just like, well, now I have to wait. And it just wastes my recording time. Okay, there's Shadow Blade. Now he's going to be completely unable to hit me for until it fades, which it fades fairly quickly, but usually you can kind of figure out where that is. Now, your third skill with Ninja Class is called Shadow Burn. 5 mana, 6 second cooldown, so it's nice and low cost, and I'll show you why. Physical magical skill deals light weapon damage plus magical damage, stunning any target afflicted by Shadow Blade for 3 seconds, or returning 20 mana otherwise. So if you have Shadow Blade in play, which I'll go ahead and waste some mana. If you don't have Shadow Blade in play and you use Shadow Burn, then I just gain back some mana, see? But if I were to use Shadow Burn, or Shadow Blade with Shadow Burn, then it'll apply a nice little stun, and I can kill him while it's stunned. Alright, down to the final skill. Last skill with Ninja Class is called Thin Air. 30 mana, 30 second cooldown, so it's your heftier one. It's not too terrible compared to other classes, but it's more than any skill with Ninja already. Physical skill, raise dodge by 3% and haste by 5% every time you're hit. Lasts 30 seconds. So this is just going to be a nice little debuff of it against anything that'll hit fast. So the more they hit you, the more you'll dodge and the more you'll hit faster, or the faster you'll hit. Sorry, I can't talk right now. So Thin Air lasts a nice long time, as you can see. I'm attacking nice and fast now, and he can barely touch me. And there we go. Okay. So those are your skills with Ninja Class. Now I'm going to show you a 1 versus 1 tactic called stun chaining, or stun linking, or stun spamming, pretty much. This is what it is. You use Shadow Blade once, cross cut a couple times, Shadow Burn, and by the time you do that, your enemy's usually dead. But if not, you just keep using cross cuts, and basically it totally voids out any chance of you being touched at all if your skills hit. If they don't hit, you're kind of screwed, but we'll see. So we use Shadow Blade, it works. Cross cut a couple times. It's going to take a nice chunk out of some health. Shadow Burn. Cross cut again. And as soon as Shadow Blade fades, use Shadow Blade again. And I took maybe 1 or 2 hits during that whole fight. I didn't really watch my health, I just knew the skills that I had to do. So, that is stun chaining, linking, blah 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 blah. It helps if you've built up some haste with Thin Air first, because then you can just totally use Shadow Blade to Shadow Burn over and over again without even being touched, without them fading, or anything like that. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the guide. I know this has been my first one out in quite some time, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, I'm not really quite sure. But it's been a while, and I really shouldn't have let it be so long before I let one out. So, again, my apologies. This has been Ninja Class Guide. I have Shamans on the way and Enforcer on the way. They will... Actually, I have a 4-day weekend, so I'll probably get them out this weekend. Maybe film one later today or tomorrow, and it will be Enforcer. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the guide. Please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what classes you want to see next. Twitter's in the description, the same as my character page. Jevo is out.